Welcome back, everyone. Today, we are diving into one of humanity's most favorite pastimes, lying. In today's video, we are going to explore the psychology of lying, types of liars, and everything from little white lies to full-blown sociopathic liars. Of course, I did what any highly qualified investigator would do. I did my research and went straight to TikTok, where I found an endless buffet of videos about liars, why people lie, and the dramatic little tells that supposedly expose them. From eye twitching to suspicious blinking to he looked left, so he's definitely guilty level science. So grab your drink, buckle up, and prepare yourself for a delightful little journey into deception. Because honestly, sometimes we lie for complicated psychological reasons. And sometimes we lie because telling the truth would require us to admit that we really screwed up. And let's be honest, we've all been that person. So let's see what these videos have to say about why people lie, how liars behave, and whether we can actually get better at spotting the bullshit when we are on the receiving end, and whether some people deserve a damn Oscar.
Some people lie, even when they don't have to. No pressure, no reason, just lies. And the strange part? It often feels natural to them. You've probably met someone like this. Small lies, big lies, constantly changing stories. And it leaves you wondering, why lie when the truth would be easier? The habit. At first, it's a choice, a way to avoid consequences. But over time, it becomes automatic, a reflex, and they start lying without even thinking. Fear of being seen. For some, the truth feels risky. It exposes them, their flaws, their insecurities. So they create a version of reality that feels safer than being real. Control through perception. Lies don't just hide truth, they shape it. They control how others see them, how situations look. Because if they control the story, they feel in control. The solve. Chronic lying isn't always about deception. Sometimes it's about fear, habit, and control. But real strength is learning to be honest, even when it feels uncomfortable. Because truth builds trust, and trust is something lies can never hold. If this made you see behavior differently, subscribe to the Human Circle.
Why would someone lie to you? Tips from a psychologist. Number 1, to avoid consequences. They mainly lie to avoid the consequences of their actions. For example, they did something wrong and want to avoid you getting mad or damaging the relationship, so they choose to lie. Number 2, to spare your feelings. For example, someone might lie to avoid hurting your feelings or to avoid offending you. Number 3, to avoid embarrassment. For example, they did a mistake or something embarrassing, so they lie to escape criticism or mockery. Number 4, to improve their image. For example, someone who's insecure or with a low self-esteem might lie about the skill they have or maybe an adventure they made just to impress you or to make you jealous. Number 5, to gain advantage. Example, when they twist facts or manipulate a situation just to gain some benefits. And number 6, many times lying can be out of habit. Some people lie as a reflex, without even thinking or without a clear motivation. Chronic liars, for example, develop such habit in their past as a coping mechanism. We all tend to lie sometimes, for one reason or another. But what do you think about this?
Do you ever lie without meaning to? Like the words just come up before you've even had a chance to think about it? There's something deeper at play here. Hi, I'm Sarah Jane. I'm a therapist. I do CBT and hypnotherapy. This sort of accidental, constant little white lies is actually called reflective lying, and it's very common with people who are people pleasers. It's when you automatically say what you think the other person wants to hear, not what you truly feel, and you almost do it automatically in order to avoid shame or saying the wrong thing or feeling embarrassed or feeling stupid. Saying, yeah, I'm free when you're actually exhausted and you don't want to go and you have no intention of going. Saying, I don't mind when you do definitely mind. Or just random white lies that you don't even know why you lied because the stakes aren't high and it doesn't even matter, but you just find yourself saying something. And a lot of the time you might not even realize you're doing it until after the fact, or somebody maybe pulls you up. This is a nervous system response. Somewhere along the way, your brain has learned that it's safer to be liked than it is to be honest. So instead of actually asking what you feel, your brain is answering, what do I need to say that will keep me safe? And over time, this creates a really exhausting pattern of not truly even knowing your own answers sometimes. And then you wonder why you feel disconnected from yourself. You have to learn safety and you have to relearn what you truly want. And this takes, again, time and practice to rewire. So the next time someone asks you a question, take a moment to pause, breathe, and say, let me think about that. Just having a pause will stop that automatic reflex. And if after you lied, you can always say, hold on a second, actually, let me think about that again. If this resonates with you, save and give this a try. Send to anyone else who needs to hear it.
Apparently, my little white lies have an explanation. Thank God. Because I was starting to think that I was just full of shit. Sometimes we're not lying because we're evil masterminds. We're lying because sometimes telling the truth feels like it's going to create a whole damn situation. Do you like my haircut? Girl, I love your confidence. See, that's not a lie. That's emotional damage prevention. But here's where I draw the line. If your white lie requires a backstory, supporting characters, 3 follow-up lines, and a burner phone, babe, that's no longer a white lie. That's a damn franchise.
When someone lies a lot, it's rarely just about deception. Psychologically speaking, it's about protection. So lying becomes this shield against shame, against rejection, against the fear of being truly seen. So lies can serve 2 purposes at one time. So they actually inflate the ego and therefore protect it. But lies also create a false sense of safety while obscuring, the very insecurities that actually need healing.
The reason why someone lies, cheats, or hides things from you has nothing to do with your worth and nothing to do with their love for you. And to understand this, you have to first understand why they would even do this. Number 1, you see, they grew up in a household where their needs were neglected, where it was unsafe for them to express their feelings, where they had to put the needs of one or both parents before them. And so they grew up enmeshed with their parents and abandoning themselves. A child that hurts in this way has to cope by hiding, lying, and getting their needs met in secrecy because their parents would punish them for having needs or expressing their needs. And one of the biggest tools that parents do to keep these types of kids in line is to shame them or guilt them. And guess what the nature of shame is? Shame likes to hide and cope in secrecy. So if someone like this wants to heal and change, they have to gather the courage to face their deep pain of rejection, shame, and guilt and low self-worth, as well as take the risk to share what they really feel and what they really want from their partner. Now the question for you is, are you the partner that they can actually share all this with? Follow me?
Let's be real. People don't just lie for deep psychological trauma or some fancy coping mechanism bullshit all the time. Humans will lie about the dumbest, most unnecessary shit imaginable just to avoid 5 seconds of mild discomfort. It's honestly impressive. Like, congratulations, you've turned I don't feel like telling the truth into a full-blown performance worthy of an Oscar. And don't even get me started on the professional liars. The ones who lie so smoothly, you start questioning your own reality. Like, wait, am I the problem? Or are they just that good at being full of shit?
Compulsive lying isn't just about telling tall tales. It's a wired-in behavior where the brain craves the rush of deception. The prefrontal cortex, which usually keeps our impulses in check, takes a back seat in compulsive liars, letting the amygdala hijack the show with emotional rewards. Every lie told triggers a hit of dopamine, like a gambler pulling the slot machine lever. The liar doesn't just want to deceive, they need to. because it feels like survival. Dig deeper, and you'll find the roots in childhood. Picture a kid in a chaotic home. Maybe a parent who punished honesty or only gave love when the child performed a perfect facade. The brain learns early. Truth is risky, but lies are safe. They become a shield, a way to control how others see you. For compulsive liars, every conversation is a stage, and the lie is their script. The scariest part, their brain starts blurring the line between truth and fiction, creating a reality where the lie feels real. This isn't just manipulation. It's a cycle of emotional addiction that can spiral into bigger deceptions, leaving trust in ruins.
3 phrases that expose a liar instantly. 1. Why would I lie to you? Notice they didn't say, I'm not lying. They answered a question with a question. That's deflection, not denial. 2. I would never do that. Honest people say, I didn't do that. Liars distance themselves from the action instead of the accusation. 3. To be honest with you, if they have to announce their honesty, what were they being before? Save this video and follow How to Convince with Lawyer Vince.
Someone who lies constantly about things that do not even matter, someone who lies when the truth would actually serve them better, is a pathological liar, and pathological lying has absolutely nothing to do with ordinary deceit. Their brains are fundamentally wired differently than yours. Studies have shown that pathological liars have up to a 26% increase in white matter in their prefrontal cortex, alongside a reduction in gray matter. Think of the gray matter as the processing cells and the white matter as the wiring that connects them. Because they have an overabundance of this wiring, their brains are running on a massive cognitive overdrive. They can construct, connect, and recall complex webs of fiction effortlessly. They do this without the mental lag or hesitation that a normal brain experiences when telling a lie. For a pathological liar, deception isn't a calculated strategy to get out of trouble. It's a compulsive coping mechanism driven by a deeply unstable image. Psychologically, they suffer from a profound deficit in self-worth. They lie to fabricate a reality where they are either the ultimate victim or the ultimate hero. That provides an immediate hit of dopamine and validation because their unvarnished reality is completely intolerable to them. In the exact moment that they lie, they aren't just trying to trick you. They are trying to convince themselves. So how do you spot it? Look for these markers. Their stories are packed with highly specific, vivid, but completely unnecessary details designed to preemptively cover up gaps. The lie serves no functional material purpose other than shifting accountability or gaining instant sympathy. If you call them out with facts, they will not apologize. They will instantly rewrite the story with supreme confidence because they genuinely believe their own fiction the moment it leaves their mouth. You absolutely cannot reason with a reality that changes by the minute. Your job is not to prove them wrong. It is to refuse to let their illusions become your reality.
You ever met someone who lies for absolutely no reason? Like, they'll lie about the smallest things, stuff that doesn't even matter. You could ask what they had for lunch, and they'll still twist the truth. It's not even about protecting themselves or hiding something major. It's just reflex, a habit so deep that honesty feels like the lie. But here's the thing. People like that are often addicted to control. Every lie, no matter how small, lets them manipulate how others see them. It gives them a sense of power, even if it's built on nothing. They lie to feel superior, to shape narratives, to dodge accountability. They lie so much that the truth doesn't even sound right coming out of their mouths anymore.
Liars often accidentally use the question inflection because they are secretly asking, do you believe me? So if I ask my daughter, did you take the last cookie from the plate? And she goes, no? She did. So liars are asking, do you believe me? If you accidentally use the question inflection on your name, on a boundary, on a number, you are begging people to not believe you.
They say liars always slip up. Here are 10 signs to spot a lie instantly. And number 1 will shock you. Number 10, too much detail. When people lie, they often over-explain to sound believable. Number 9, delayed eye contact. Not looking away, but pausing before looking at you. Number 8, touching the face or neck. Subconscious anxiety giveaway. Number 7, repeating your question. They need extra time to come up with their story. Number 6, defensive reactions. Honest people get confused. Liars get angry. Watch closely for number 1, Archanar Turinaz, the one even pros look for during interrogations. Number 5, sudden pauses in speech. The brain is buying time to build the lie. Number 4, contradicting body language. Saying yes while shaking their head no. Number 3, too still. When people freeze, it's often because they're trying not to show nerves. Number 2, micro expressions. Tiny flashes of emotion that don't match the words. And number 1, unnecessary distance. Liars literally lean away. Their body language rejects the truth. Follow for more daily top 10 lists.
It's honestly a special kind of torture when you know someone's lying straight to your face. Like you're sitting there fully aware that every single word coming out of their mouth is bullshit. And you just have to smile, nod, and act like you're not internally screaming, "Are you serious right now?" It's exhausting. You start questioning your own sanity. Like, am I crazy? Or is this person confidently making up reality as they go? And the worst part, you can't even call them out sometimes. So you just sit there chewing your soul while they continue their Oscar-worthy performance like they're auditioning for Best Supporting Bullshitter. Honestly, nothing builds character like silently watching someone lie with their whole chest while you slowly die inside.
How to respond when someone is clearly lying. When someone lies, your job isn't to expose them. Your job is to remove their ability to hide. You do that by staying calm, asking precise questions, and forcing clarity. Here are 3 lines that make the truth impossible to hide from. 1, walk me through that one more time. Why it works? Liars hate repetition. The story cracks on the second round. 2, help me understand how that adds up. Why it works? You're not accusing them, you're exposing the inconsistency. 3, what you're saying doesn't line up with what I have. Can we reconcile that? Why it works? You make the contradiction the focus, not their character. Save this video to follow
How to tell a liar that you're not buying their lie without accusing them. Tips from psychologists. Here are 5 ethical tactics to do that. Some of them may also help you reveal the truth if you're in doubt. Number 1, respond with silence. Once they finish talking, just look them in the eyes and don't say anything. Someone who's lying won't stand your silence because it makes them doubt whether you know the truth. Most likely they get irritated and say something like, "You think I'm lying, aren't you?" Number 2, repeat what they said in the form of a question. "I was home yesterday the whole night." "You were home yesterday the whole night?" Once you do this, a liar tends to get defensive because they automatically assume that you're doubting them, while an honest person will simply answer and clarify. Number 3, ask if they're sure about what they said. "I was home yesterday the whole night." "Are you sure you were home yesterday the whole night?" Either they will start mumbling and keep lying, or choose to open up and speak the truth. Number 4, once they finish talking, say this: "Something feels off." Here, you're indirectly letting them know that you don't believe their lie. So if they still want to tell the truth, this is their chance. And number 5, if you're hitting a dead end, you can close the discussion by saying this: "I'm gonna have to come back to this conversation later." The idea that you might know they're lying won't let them rest. It's one more chance for them to admit the truth. Follow me for more social psychology tips.
One of the best ways I've seen if you want to catch a liar is to use silence. Liars cannot stand the silence because it tells them you're not taking the bait. Liars like fast talking. They like it. They like to argue a lot. They want to make a big spectacle. Why? Because where there's smoke, there's typically fire. So if they can make enough smoke, if you can argue enough about it and get you emotionally wrapped in, get you crying and get you yelling, well, then it makes it almost more existing in your head that what they said is actually the truth. You can say this. Say, "Something feels off." So you have that silence. Say, something feels off. Usually, the people who are telling the truth will go, "Okay, what's going on?" Or they don't really mind. Why? Because the truth has nothing to hide. Liars, on the other hand, I'll have this big emotional reaction. Big emotional reaction. What, you don't think, well, you think I'm lying? You think I would lie and just have this big, huge thing? People who tell the truth are much more confident. Oh, okay. The truth doesn't need an excuse.
Okay, I got something good for you. So there is one trick that is absolutely always guaranteed to work if you think someone is lying to you. I used to use this on my toxic ex-boyfriends when they would come home late at night trying to give me that little story that just didn't add up. Here's what you do. Tell them to repeat the story backwards. The mind, if it's lying, cannot fit the pieces to the puzzle in the spaces correctly if they are lying. They will be unable to tell the story backwards. You're welcome. So basically, after all that, we're left with one basic truth. People lie. A lot. Sometimes it's harmless. Sometimes it's calculated. And sometimes it's so ridiculous, you genuinely wonder how they haven't tripped over their own story yet. But the real question isn't just why people lie, it's how often we let them get away with it. And how many times we've probably done the exact same things ourselves without even thinking about it. Spotting a liar is one thing, but admitting we're all a little bit fluent in bullshit? Yeah, that's the part nobody wants to talk about. And with that, I think I reached our daily limit of human nonsense. So I'll leave you to go question every conversation you've ever had. And I'll see you in the next one. Try not to lie too much on your way out.